Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Let's have a big round of applause for that. Thank you. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. I'm Toastmaster Sameer, and I welcome you all to Whitefield Toastmasters meeting number 96. So before I reiterate the mission of a club, can anyone tell me what is the meaning of a mission? Anyone? Like, why do we need a mission and what is the importance of it?
It talks about where to go.
Okay, rightly said. Anyone else?
So that we do not digress from the original, mission only. So there has to be a particular thing which we have in our mind to follow a particular roadmap.
Okay, rightly said, rightly said. Great. So basically a mission is a long-term goal which has a strong instinct. Something which we can think about for the long term, and we know that if we take it for the long term, we will improve on it. So I would like to reiterate the mission of our club, which is we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now, we have 3 golden rules for our meeting. Starting off with, I request everyone to keep your phone in silent or in aeroplane mode. You can take 5 seconds to do that. Is everyone done? Thank you. Secondly, I would request all the audience members to kindly be seated when the speakers are on stage and do not disturb or interact with them during their speech. If any movement or interaction has to be done, kindly do it when the speakers are changing or after the meeting. Thirdly, I would request all the speakers not to talk about any taboo topics such as sex, religion, or politics. The meeting is being recorded for it to be uploaded on YouTube, and in case anyone doesn't want themselves to be recorded, you can let me know. I will stop the recording. We're using a clip-on mic. This is merely for recording purposes and it does not amplify your voice. I request all the speakers to be loud enough so that everyone can hear you. Finally, the water bottles are kept on both the sides of the room, and the washroom is on right-hand side once you move outside the door. Now I would like to call upon a very special member of our club. He has joined Toastmasters in the February of 2023 and has been working in the aviation industry for the past 9 years. He has served as the Vice President of Membership and Education of our club and is currently the Presiding Officer and the President. Can we have a big round of applause for Toastmaster Akshay?
Thank you so much, Sameer, for that introduction. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How is everyone doing?
Great.
Diwali is just around the corner. So let me start the meeting by officially wishing you a very happy Diwali in advance. And on that note, I would like to start the meeting number 96 of Whitefield Toastmasters. Okay, so there are many things on the agenda today. There's a speech marathon, as you might have already seen the agenda by now. And there are other things, table topic session and the evaluation session as well. So I would like to start right away and jump into the agenda. But before that, as the ritual of Whitefield Toastmaster says, the guest intro. Any first timer person in the house, I can already see you there. So sir, I would just like to know a little bit about you, your name, where do you stay in Bangalore, and how do you get to know about Whitefield Toastmasters?
Yeah, so hi everybody, I'm Abhishek, so I studied at Connecticut, and I knew about Toastmasters since long time, but I always wanted to join it, so I started looking for nearby Toastmasters and came over Whitefield. So that's how I
Welcome Abhishek to the meeting. Give a huge round of applause to the We have one guest evaluator as well. Sir, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Shantya and we call me Shanko, lot of things. So I have been associated with Toastmaster for the last 6-7 years. I've been currently in speaker's day. I stay at Delhi NCR and I also stay at Bangalore as well, so I for Shanko. And this is my first time, so maybe to meet and greet everybody, they have a network access and objective of joining the Toastmasters. Thanks so much.
Welcome, Sanjay. Okay, so before starting the meeting, in the interest of our guest, I would just like to give the general structure of any Toastmasters meeting because it's my duty as the Toastmaster of the day. I am playing a dual role for today as the presiding officer as well as the Toastmaster of the day. So now I have switched on my TMOD gears. So the general structure of any Toastmaster meeting has 3 segments, starting from prepared speech, which is the first segment. The second is the table topic session, in which there will be a table topic master who will come here and give the topic to the audience out there, and it's an impromptu kind of a session. And third and the most important session is the evaluation session, which is taken care by the general evaluator. So all in all, there are 3 sessions: prepared speech, in which the prepared speakers will come and deliver their speech, and the second will be the table topic session presided by the table topic master. It's an impromptu session. And the third will be the evaluation session presided by the general evaluator, in which all the evaluators of the speakers will come and give the evaluation, and we will have a general evaluation of the entire meeting as well. Okay, so these are the 3 sessions of any Toastmasters meeting. Okay, so all clear?
Yes.
With the structure? Cool. So let's start the meeting right away. All set?
Yes.
Great. Before calling the evaluators for the objectives, I would like to call the timer on the stage to explain his role briefly. He works as a senior accounts officer in the Defense Accounts Department under the Ministry of Defense. Values simplicity, and he has joined Toastmasters in July 2024. Please help me welcome with huge round of applause Toastmaster Manoj.
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. I am the timer for this meeting, number 96, and it is a very important role of the timer to watch the time of every speaker. And as Akshay has told that there is 3 segments, that is for prepared speech, table topics, and other one is evaluation section. So time is framed for all these 3 sections, and time is fixed. For table topic, it is 5 to 7 minutes. It is 1 to 2 minutes, and for the prepared speech, it is 5 to 7 minutes, and for evaluator, it is 2 to 3 minutes. And one thing addition to that 30 seconds is the grace period for all the section for the all speeches. So maintain the times. Maintain the time and be under your time limits. Otherwise, you will not be nominated for the valuation. So it is very much important for all the speakers, and keep focus on my signals when I show the green colors, yellow colors, and red colors. The first time I will show you the green colors, second time yellow colors, and at the last when you have to finish your speech, I will show you the red color continuously until you finish your speech. So be aware of that and cooperate with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manoj, for that elaboration of your role. Okay, so are you all set for the icebreaker marathon and the speech marathon of the Whitefield Toastmasters?
Yes.
Cool. Great. So, out of the 5 speeches today, we have 4 icebreakers. Okay, and the icebreakers are the speeches in which the speaker comes on the stage for the very first time and deliver their first speech ever. Okay, so we have to give standing ovations to all these icebreaker speakers. Okay, so have this particular thing in mind. Point to be noted. Okay, and as I mentioned, there are 4 icebreakers. So in the interest of the time, I'll not call all the evaluators onto the stage for giving the speech objective of the icebreaker. So here I have noticed we have one guest evaluator who is evaluating the icebreaker, and I'll be calling this person. This person has 8 years of experience as Toastmaster. He is the Assistant Vice President in Lean Digital Transformation at Genpact. He has co-founded an improved comedy group and performed in paid theatre shows, merging creativity with strategic expertise. Please help me welcome Sankhya Day onto the stage for giving the objective.
That's called the icebreaker, but don't worry, I'm not going to break this. So, very good morning, everyone. Lovely to see the happy faces. So, first of all, I congratulate each one of you who are attempting the first time as the icebreaker speech. And the objective of the icebreaker is to come up and speak in front of the audience, because this is the first time you are speaking. So be cool. Your evaluation will be on nothing in particular, but it's only on how you are interacting, how you are giving your speech. So that's the main objective. For my target speaker, Toastmaster Srinidhi, I would wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sankhya, for that objective of the icebreaker. So, guys, you're all set for the first speech?
Yes.
Amazing. So, our first speaker works as a automation architect at TechNewman. It's a little dicey word. TechNewman Systems Private Limited joined Toastmasters in this month only, and he embraces change easily and adapt quickly. Give it up for him. Loganathan, moments that transformed me, Loganathan.
Thank you. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. They say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Throughout my life, I've been lucky to have people who saw something in me which I didn't. Their beliefs in me made me realize that I have the potential. Okay? In today's session, I would give a walkthrough of those moments so that you can understand the moments that transformed me. When I was about 10, I used to watch the elders in my community play chess. A man in 50s invited me to play. Initially, I thought he desperately needs someone to defeat, as he was losing to his friends. Then I thought, okay, let me join him. He was kind enough to let me fumble through the game and get started. After losing a bunch of times, I started winning. Then he said, "You are great at analytical skills." That is the first time someone outside my family appreciated me for a talent in me. That made me to realize I had more potential than I thought. While I was good at chess, school was a bit different story. I was a very average student until my 10th grade. That's when my mom put me in a special class where I found a great mentor. He saw my spontaneous problem solving skills and told me that you are great at math. I was thinking back of my mind that thank God he did not see my math grades before. But he continued. And before I realized, I went from calculating how long the recess period would last to mastering the calculus. So with his continuous motivation, to everyone's surprise, and my surprise as well as my family's surprise, I scored 90% in my public exams. After completing school, I joined engineering, you might have guessed it, as my friends were joining. At the end of the final semester, the placement season came, but I did not land in an IT job. I ended up in BPO, but my friends got the IT job. Initially, I was not minding it because I thought I'm getting equal paycheck and less stress. And in the meantime, my friends were figuring out whether Control C and Control V is the most sorted technical skill. Okay? But after a while, okay, so one day, one fine evening, I ran into one of my classmates who was not even close to me at a temple. He started lecturing me. I thought he's going to ask some donation, but he said something which made me to revisit my decision. So he said, you have good programming skills, you have good logical and analytical skills, you deserve a better long-term career.
That made me to rethink my decision and did not allow me to sleep for next couple of days. And that's when I said I should quit BPO. I did it. And then I started focusing on getting an IT job. It was not easy. It was a difficult journey, but I landed in an IT role, which was a kind of a turning point in terms of financial aspects for me and my family. After a while working in an IT industry, I saw my colleagues ask for on-site. I was not ready. I was not sure whether I was ready. So I didn't step forward. But one day during a coffee break, my team leader told me that you are more than ready because you have good customer handling skills from your BPO days. Also, you have technical skills to back it up. Only thing that you need to do is ask. So that gave me the courage to go and ask my manager. Eventually, I got my first on-site opportunity. So those words, right, those moments, those are the ones that defined me. Every time someone saw something positive in me and whenever they appreciated me, it made me to see myself differently. So those moments redefined me. So what I learned from that moment is I need to be that person for others to see good in them and tell them that you are great at whatever. Okay? Because I do not know when my words are going to change their life. Thank you.
Give it up for Logan once again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Logan, for that speech. It reminded me of my placement session long back, like it was 10 years ago. And obviously, most of you might have gone through that particular phase. Like every now and then you feel like, okay, today I'll get selected or not. I got selected in the eighth company in the order. Like it was a amazing journey. Got to know a lot about human behavior at that particular time. A lot of learning period. Thank you for bringing us down to that memory lane. Thank you so much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before going forward, I would just like to introduce the evaluator of Logan because I missed that in particular. Logan will be evaluated by Mazahir. He is a seasoned Toastmasters charter member of our club. Everyone knows. And he is the winner of table topics and speech evaluation contest at the club level, straight in 2023 and 2024. Now, the feather in his cap. He was the second runner-up in the District 92 speech evaluation contest for year 2023. Huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so before moving on, before calling the next speaker, I would like to introduce the evaluator. The evaluator for Janvi is Yashendu Pandey, who is a member of the club since October 2023. He is also the second runner-up in the speech evaluation contest at club level, both in year 2023 and year 2024. Now, everyone set for the second speech? Yes. Great. Our second speaker works as an engineer at Razorpay, enjoys reading, and she has joined Toastmasters this very month in October 2024. Please help me welcome Janvi onto the stage. Janvi, moment I realized I want to join Toastmasters. Moment I realized I want to join Toastmasters, Janvi.
Good morning, everyone. So today I'm sharing a story of a moment when I realized I want to join Toastmasters. It was around 2 months back and I was rereading my personal diary. And I saw an entry which was from around 1 year back where I had listed things that I enjoy doing most. At the top, I saw 3 things: reading, listening to people's stories, and thinking. So when I was reading my diary, it made me recollect all those moments from my school time when I had first started reading. So I was in a boarding school. So I had access to library 24/7 and I was in 6th class, so I had a lot of free time. First, I had started with kids' books. I remember I had read Ramayana, Mahabharata and Bible when I was in 6th class, in which they would have picture on the left side of the page and text on the right side. Then I moved to books which didn't have pictures. I started reading long form novels. I had read psychology, philosophy, and I enjoyed them equally. I probably just loved the idea of reading. And at that time, I had also calculated, if I read one book every week, how many books can I read in my entire lifetime? So it turns out I can read probably a few thousand books. Then I again looked at my diary. The second thing was listening to people's stories. That happened in college. So when I went to college, I made friends from different parts of India. And as I met them, I would want to know everything about their culture, their language, history of their region, and so on. So I would just keep asking them questions. I remember a specific moment with a friend. So that friend of mine had written a book of poetry. So I wanted to know what was his motivation behind writing that book. So I started asking him questions, and that's how it started. And we ended up talking for 5 consecutive nights. So every day after our classes ends, I would have long list of questions ready for him. And as an answer, I listened to his entire book. That was wonderful experience. So as I was listening to people's stories and asking them questions, it was like I was living a part of their experience through their stories. So then I looked at my diary again, looked at those 3 things that I had listed that I enjoyed doing most. They were reading, listening to people's stories, and thinking. And then when I was looking at them, I saw a pattern in them. All 3 of them were about observing people, taking information inside and processing it in my head. And I realized I had never enjoyed expressing myself much. And because I didn't enjoy expressing myself much, I didn't express myself. Because I didn't express, I was not good at it. So it was a vicious circle. So at that moment, I decided I want to fix it. I wanted to learn to express and articulate my thoughts better. So I decided I'll join Toastmasters. So hoping to have fun as I learn. Thank you so much.
That was a really great start, Janvi. Can we have a huge round of applause for Janvi once again? Before I proceed, we have a special guest in our house today. Please help me welcome the Club Growth Director of District 92, Distinguished Toastmaster Tarish Jan in the house, please. Okay, everyone set for the third speech? Yes. Third icebreaker? Okay, before I call the speaker onto the stage, we have already introduced Sankhya Day as the evaluator number 4. So directly coming to the speaker number 4. Speaker number 4 works at Kadri Leadership Academy as a certified trainer and coach, and joined Toastmasters this very month, October 2004. And one unique thing about this speaker is he possesses a childlike curiosity to learn. Please help me welcome Srinath onto the stage, please. Srinidhi, Wings of Change, a journey from numbers to words. Wings of Change, a journey from numbers to words. Srinidhi.
Thank you. She was trapped for long in her cocoon, dancing every day to life's tunes. She thought her life was in this hell. She wanted to break free from this shell. She waited with patience and poise, and then she heard her inner voice. She realized she too could fly. It just takes a little time and a little care. One day, the butterfly in her spread its wings, and flew, filled with colors of yellow and blue. Good morning, my dear Toastmasters and guests.
Good morning.
I hope you enjoyed the poem I've written.
Yes.
Thank you. Not just the poem, I'm not just the poet, I am also the subject of the poem because I was like a butterfly. Only difference, I never knew I had wings to spread and fly because I was so lost in this world of Excels and spreadsheets because I was a chartered accountant. Very boring. And I realized my only motivation to go to office was my cup of chai. Chai was over, work was not over. Chai was over, motivation definitely over. And when I was crunching numbers every single day, I realized my story had become a story of numbers. 5 years of really demanding studies. 3 very challenging exams. Finally, I got 2 prestigious alphabets before my name, C.A. And I had one thought in the end, that in this whole game of 5, 3, 2, 1, something was missing. Any guesses? I guess there are no chartered accountants here in the group. You're all bad with numbers too. 4, yes. The number 4 was definitely missing. And the more I thought of what is this for, I realized it had nothing to do with my CA or my achievements. It were the 4 things that truly mattered to me in my life. Number 1, my loving family. 2, my friends, because they keep me sane, smiling. 3, my mentor, because he saw something in me which I never saw. And 4, the confidence that I had finally got, which I never had as a child. Believe me, I did not have any confidence at all. And I realized my story doesn't have to be a story of numbers because I was a woman of words, more words. Loganathan was telling me, you look like a seasoned speaker. I am, because I love to speak. I can speak about 20,000 words a day, at least. You can ask my husband, he would have a better account because he's a chartered accountant. A happy chartered accountant, unlike me. And I realized I can't live in this world and I wanted to change my profession. I asked everybody around me, what do you think I should do? They all said, are you crazy? Of course I was crazy. What else did they expect? So I quit my well-paying CA job and I became a corporate trainer and coach because I passionately believed that I wanted to speak on the stage. I wanted to help people speak. I wanted to touch hearts. I wanted to transform lives. And I, who was a speaker at heart, a poet at soul, cannot live and survive in the world of CAs. Was it easy doing it? Definitely not. It felt like that butterfly trying to fight against that cocoon. But was it worth it? Definitely yes. Because today I feel happy. I feel excited. Standing here in front of all of you in Toastmasters was a very important dream for me. I was so excited to join Toastmasters that I had this icebreaker speech written, prepared, practiced before I transferred the money to Mazahir. It's a true story. So my dear friends, I believe my story of words has a lot of many beautiful chapters to go. My story is far from done, and I want each of you to believe, if you are stuck in a cocoon, just be patient, listen to your inner voice, and before you listen to that voice, and before I fly away, listen to my voice because I'm going to sing a song for you that I like. Are you ready? Yes. Sing with me if you know the song. Your story's far from done. The best is yet to come. To achieve, you must believe. You can live out all your dreams. It's time you knew the truth. The power is all in you. Thank you.
A huge round of applause for the speaker once again, ladies and gentlemen. A really great story, and it ended really well, like song at the end. Like you touched the hearts today, and really brave move, switching the career, doing what your heart really says. Like, that kudos to you. Okay, so before calling the next speaker onto the stage, I'll call the evaluator. She is a Vice President Education of Thian Tamil Toastmasters Bilingual Club and has been a Toastmaster for 4 years. Okay. So again, she is the VP of Thian Tamil Toastmasters Bilingual Club and has been a Toastmaster for 4 years. Professionally, she works as an associate automation test manager and is a passionate blogger, podcaster and freelancer. One of her greatest achievements is holding a Guinness World Record for performing folk dance with over 10,000 dancers for 2 hours in February 2024. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Kavita onto the stage. Each object.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests.
You just have to clip it.
Today, my speaker, Toastmaster Karthik, is attempting level 1, project 3. He is going to attempt in the purpose of improving the vocal variety and body language. So he will be implementing vocal variety and the body language in his speech. The speaker has to learn to recognize the impact of vocal variety and identify the challenges, changes in pitch, tone, volume and pace, as well as when and how to effectively use body language and gestures to enhance the presentation. I wish the speaker, Toastmaster Karthik, all the very best. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Clip. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kavita. Now it's time to call our next speaker onto the stage. Karthik works at Collins Aerospace as an engineering leader. He has joined Toastmasters in May 2024. And one unique habit about him, I want to start this habit actually, he journals every day. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Karthik onto the stage. Karthikeyan, Triple C, Karthikeyan.
Can anybody know which places or from where the fireworks originated from, being a Diwali season?
एक पेन मिल जाएगा? नहीं पेन है मेरे पास.
Yeah, you're right. It originated from China 2000 years back. Yeah, today I would like to share about a story basically about crackers and how it has impacted me. That's all about. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. When I was a kid, the entire village was ready to celebrate Diwali festival. They were all excited. There were celebrations, lights, and finally, the most important thing, crackers. I was thinking whether I'll get anything to burst. I was again thinking, based on my history, I don't think so. But my inner voice started planning. I would look for crackers. If I don't get that, I would get myself. That's what my inner voice started planning. So quickly I identified a target. Any guess? No, it's my grandpa's purse. Yes. So I crafted a plan which is flawless in my mind. While he was sleeping in the afternoon, I'll get into the bedroom and take out $100 and then go ahead and buy crackers. Simple, right? Yes. I executed perfectly. I got $100, reached the shop a little far from my home so that no one would recognize me. But it's a small village. Everybody knows everybody. But somehow I managed. I asked the shopkeeper, can I get 200 wala crackers? With lot of anxiety inside, but I played it very cool. After a while, based on the discussion, I bought the crackers. Mission almost completed. The next part is I had to hide it somewhere for next 24 hours. I bought the crackers, tucked into my shirt and started walking slowly. And I was thinking, where should I hide? How should I hide? While walking, I planned a perfect plan. As soon as I reached home, I dashed upstairs and hid the crackers under my bed. Mission this time fully accomplished. I saw a strange buzz in my family. There was complete silence, but there was some discussion in one corner of my family. I quickly asked my Mom, what's going on? She responded saying, hey, your father is planning to buy 200 rupees worth of crackers. I was amazed. A person who never bought me crackers and he is planning to buy 200 worth of crackers. My excitement grew. My sister came near to me and asked, what type of crackers we should buy? I talked about the 100 wala that we got, that I bought. Suddenly, while I was in the moment, there was a voice. Karthik. This time my grandma. Somebody has taken 100 rupees from your grandpa's purse. You should tell who has taken it. I played it very cool and said, I don't know anything. But this time my mom gave me an offer which I could not resist. She told me, if you know who has taken 100 rupees and if you tell, your father will give you 200 rupees to you. My brain, you know, right? It started going back and forth. Then finally I said, okay, went back to my mom and asked, will my father give me 200 rupees definitely? She said, yes, 100%. Then I immediately went upstairs and grabbed the crackers and handed over to her, thinking that I will get 200 bucks. As you guessed, I did not get it. My uncle grabbed the crackers from my mom's hands and he stormed towards the shop. And poor shopkeeper, he scolded him. He literally, he harassed and thrown the crackers on him and got the 100 bucks. I thought, I will get the 100 bucks. Then again we both walked. That's when I started recognizing that this whole thing is a plot from my family to identify who has taken this 100 rupees. Everybody in my family were waiting. My mom, my dad, my sister and my grandma. They were all waiting to greet me. My father had a special equipment. You understand, right? So he ensured that I should not forget that day. Can you guess what happened next?
You got beaten. You got beaten.
Absolutely, that's right. It's one is beating, the second one is the whole family. It's a small village. Everybody started giving bootload of advices. It's full of advices. And the poor fellow shopkeeper, he got really royally screwed. It's a small village, everybody knows him. So friends, I know everybody would have got this moment, a small story. This story talks about the crackers, the crime, and the consequences. The triple C. So it's a more of a funny story, but I got to take 3 key lessons from this. One is the importance of trust within the family. Second, the honesty, and the third one is the consequence of lying. So, I learnt a lot from this. These are my guiding lights as of now, which shaped me part of myself. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karthikeyan, for sharing that important message through hilarious story of yours. Okay. Before the last speech, I would like to introduce the evaluator number 5. She is the founder of Blue Gene Health Tech Private Limited, and she is a renowned genetic counselor, an invited speaker at the World Congress of Genetic Counseling. She is also the past Division A Director, past Area A2 Director, and the immediate past President of the Whitefield Toastmasters Club. Please give a huge round of applause for DTM Toastmaster Nibby.
Good morning, everybody. The project objective of the speaker is the icebreaker. This is the first time that the speaker will be coming up and delivering a speech, and that is the only objective from the first project. All the best to the speaker.
Thank you, Nibby. Now it's time to call the speaker, last speaker for the day. Speaker works at Genpact as an Assistant Vice President in Lean Digital Transformation, joined Toastmasters in 2016, and one unique thing about him is if he likes a song, he can listen to it on a repeat indefinitely. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Ajay onto the stage. Huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Ajay, sleepful to wakeful, Ajay.
It was a chilling winter night when I got introduced to this lovely planet Earth. My parents looking at me and surprised how to handle this one. But to their surprise, I turned out to be a very decent child whose only motive to enter this planet was to have a peaceful sleep. Till date, my mother recalls how I used to sleep straight for hours without troubling anyone. Every parent's dream of such children. But for me, it was quite opposite. My parents will forcefully wake me up saying that please get up and see the world around. But I was not a person who was interested in the world. The only motive for me to have a peaceful sleep. So this was my early days, or I would say my sleepful days. Then I moved on to the school phase of my life, a time when if you get long hours of sleep, that is like a privilege in that case. I turned out to be a good student, in terms of education, and I have that bit of naughtiness in me. I would like to share one story. Me, along with one of my friends, we troubled one of our teachers so much. Now I have to use the word, I harassed my teacher so much that she went away from the class. The whole class was looking at us with a deadly stare, like we have done some crime. But luckily, some of the classmates, they persuaded her and she came back to the classroom. I actually enjoyed the description as someone
with bholi shakal but shaitani dimag. But for the sake of the audience, I will translate that is someone with innocent face and an evil mind. This personality I actually liked because it helped me to get out of trouble when my friends were doing sit-ups in front of the whole class. I met very good friends during school days and mentors in the form of teachers who I did not like at that time, but after that they prepared me for the next phase of life, that is the college life. Now as soon as I have mentioned college, I am sure all of you must have been taken back to the memories, the precious memories you have during your college time. But as you know, I have a slight different way of doing things. I had a lot of fun in my college, but not because of my college, but I was part of NCC. If you know, it is the largest youth organization whose aim is to develop camaraderie and leadership among the youth. I was part of Air Force NCC in Pune, and I met very good friends in Pune who turned out to be a family. And my college phase, or I would rather say my NCC phase of my life, was very adventurous and exciting. I learned many skills like weapon handling, firing, tent pitching. I also got the opportunity to fly a sports plane under the Air Force, and it was really a great experience, one of the best moments of my life. As you go up the sky, you experience that G-forces. That experience is really nerve-wracking and excited at the same time. I also got the opportunity to fly a joyride in the Mi-17 attack helicopter of Indian Air Force. Though not known much in college, I had merely 11% attendance in my last year, but I managed to set up a mark like I got placed in Accenture. My placement officer asked me, "Are you from this college?" With a very soft smile I said, "Yes sir," with 100% attendance. The surprising look on his face remained for the entire semester until I moved on to the next phase of my life, that is the corporate life. For me, I also consider this part of my life as the wakeful part of my life. In this phase, you get the freedom because you started earning. You always wanted to do things like pursuing your hobbies, interests, and many other things you wanted to do, but because of financial restriction, you were not able to do. Then this life gives you that freedom. Along with that, it also looks up at you with the responsibilities which will be coming your way. This was the time I got introduced to Toastmasters. I still remember the first meeting which I attended as a guest. I was surprised to see the speakers at that time I got to know this is how public speaking looks like. The kind of speakers I met, the impact they have on me. I think it only took me 2 to 3 meetings to decide that I want to join Toastmasters, that to Whitefield Toastmasters, because I have experienced that supportive, like the support we get, the inclusiveness in the club, like whenever you are trying to learn something new. So these are the things you look for if you are trying to learn a new skill. So that was the reason to join Whitefield Toastmasters, and I hope I will have a really learning and fun experience with all of you, with so many fellow Toastmasters who will be mentors for us. And this was all about my journey from sleepful to wakeful. Would love to hear yours. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much for sharing your memory from the childhood and your college days, Toastmaster Ajay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before proceeding towards the session 2 or the segment 2 of the meeting, I would like to call the timer of the day on the stage to state the timings taken by the speakers. Toastmaster Manoj on the stage, please. Please give a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. 4 was the icebreaker speech, and 1 is prepared speech. I congratulate all the icebreaker speaker that they have consumed their whole time, and they all are qualified. Loknathan consumed 4 minutes 36 seconds, Janvi 3 minutes 35 seconds, Srinidhi 5 minutes 54 seconds, Ajay 5 minutes 10 seconds, and Karthik 7 minutes 15 seconds. So thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoj. Okay, it's time for the impromptu session. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Yes. Great. So it's time to call our table topic master, who is the senior manager of IT infrastructure engineering at leading financial institutions. He has joined Toastmasters in March of 2024. He is a very dedicated surgeon at arm of our executive committee of Whitefield Toastmasters. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Saravanan onto the stage, please.
So that was an amazing speech marathon, right?
Yes.
So what could be the opposite of marathon? Sprint, yes. The next segment is going to be sequence of quick sprints. Okay, so this is an icebreaker session. Sorry, this is a table topic session. Okay, so in the table topic, this is primarily to give an opportunity for every speaker who's not taken any role or spoken on the stage. Okay, and guests also can participate. Every speaker gets 1 to 2 minutes with a 30-second grace period. So with that, we will start the topics. So there is a... So I would ask, what does this resemble? I would have given to you, Karthik. Yeah, but we need it. Okay, the topics are here. So just like the sequence of crackers, we would like the participants to come forward and have a blast. Okay. So to start with, I would like to invite a seasoned Toastmaster. So any volunteer, please. Yeah, yes, please. Your name?
Kavita.
Kavita. So could you pick one?
3.
Third one, is it? Yeah, you can just pull it out. You can open the...
You can read it. You can read it.
No, that's what she asked me to read it.
Kavita, topic, Kavita.
Okay. Kavita, a human-sized house cat. A human-sized house cat, Kavita.
How many of you have a pets like cat? Probably?
I'm a pet, but not a cat.
So you have a nice cat which give voices meow, meow or meow, meow. So whatever it is. But I'm not pet lovers. My son and my husband are really a pet lover who wanted to have cats or dog inside the apartment. You know how big the apartment is, especially in Bangalore. With a 2 BHK, it looks like a single BHK, but they do charge for 2 BHK. That's a difference too. So the human-sized cat is like me. So they used to treat me as a pet, like a cat or dog. So whatever they want, if they want to show their happiness or they want to show their stress, they want to burst out, they will come and burst out on me. Like I'm a dog, I'm a pet like a cat or dog for them, especially for my 10-year-old kid. So he is doing 6th grade. So if you know 6th grade, when I was doing my 6th grade, there were only 5 subjects: language 1, language 2, maths, science and social. But now in the 6th grade, there are 13 subjects. I was really pathetic when I was going for parents-teachers meeting. So I was complaining in the parents-teachers meeting, which exactly happened on last Saturday. So I was telling to physics teacher saying that he is not participating in any science exhibition which happened in the last month. The teacher said that he was so obedient, he was so keen on the subject, he was so keen on logic. But I don't relevant any of these things at home because he usually shout at me, he usually plays at me like a pet. He is not even treating me like a mom or giving me respect. I was telling to the teacher, but the teacher is like so opposite. Like this is how human-sized cat will be used for anything, especially for stress busters, not only for the adults, even for the kids. So as a cat, even I also enjoyed playing with the kids, watching TV, especially watching cartoons. So with this, I would like to hand over the stage to Table Topics Master with one single message. Whether you are a human being or a loved pet, being loved by anyone in any form is a greater thing to move on in life. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you. Thank you. So that was awesome, right? I was just thinking, if you have a human-sized house cat, how much milk we need to buy. So next, can we have a guest? Yeah. Abhishek. Otherwise. Sure. Yeah. Could you pick one? This one. Take it.
Like a present.
Yeah. Abhishek, my favorite childhood game. My favorite childhood game, Abhishek.
Yeah, hi. So, yeah, hello everybody. Good morning. Good morning. So, as most of the Indians, childhood favorite game is same as mine, cricket. So, I loved playing cricket during my childhood, before school, after school, in school, dreams, whatever. So, yeah, but we had like a very small ground. It was a community, and basically I was too small in the community, like the youngest one, and I hardly used to get any batting or even bowling. So they used to make me field most of the time. So, but as I grew, I always loved cricket. But then I was away from cricket for a long time because of responsibilities and studies and whatever reason. But now I have started again. Like after I started working, I've started playing cricket again. I go on weekend, and I've improved my cricket skills, batting, bowling. So yeah, so I do watch cricket less, like World Cup or major games I watch, but I hardly follow cricket as a sport, but I love playing cricket because it's good for physical activity, mental, team building, whatever. So all kind of skills that we learn here, we can also learn from cricket. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhishek. So cricket, I think who doesn't play cricket would be the question here, right? Most of us have streets and we play street cricket. So anybody else would like to volunteer? And guest or Toastmaster? Yes, please. We have our guest volunteer. Shankar, right? Yeah. It'll be Shankar. Yeah, but we have our table topic speakers who are going to...
Who is very scared of what's coming out.
Shankya, if I could hear others' thoughts. If I could hear others' thoughts, Shankya.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The other day, I was thinking exactly like that. If I could hear others' thought. And guess what? God listened to me. I was entering my beloved corporate, which I hate so much. But the moment I entered the office, because I can hear somebody else's thought, I went to my boss first, who told me, Shankar, you did a great job. And I thought, let's hear what his actual thought is. You know, boss, you should never trust. That's what I learned the other day. I told my boss, I did my presentation. What do you think about it? He said, you, Shanku, you are brilliant. I have such a nice employee like you. And then I could hear what he's saying in the back. He said, I'm going to give you more work. You wait and watch the fun. Diwali is coming. You are going to give a cracker on more and more jobs. Ugh. Okay, that's point number one. Next, I went to my another colleague whom I go for a sitter break. You know, he always tells that, bro, I don't want this job. I want to quit. Just give one opportunity. Then ding, I came to know about his thought. He said, bro, not getting an opportunity, bro. Life is fine over here. Let's have more tea. I want to just vent out my frustration. But this is how I will go. Then I thought another thing, that irrespective of whoever thoughts I have, everybody has a mind of their own. Suddenly I realized that I saw myself in the mirror and I found that I have a thought. And I thought a thought that whatever the thought I was thinking isn't the thought that I haven't thought about that day. So over to you.
So if you are given an option to just choose one person, whose thought you would like to know? Manager? Nobody's, okay. That's good. Yeah, it's better not to know, right? Yeah. Thank you. So we still have 5 more crackers left. Anybody? Yes. Abhinit. Yeah. Which one you want to pick?
Since all are crackers, so I'll pick anyone.
Abhinit, a skill I want to learn. A skill I want to learn, Abhinit.
Thank you. A week before, my manager told me the way the industry is shaping, you should learn some new technology. I did some research and told my manager, let's do something in the AI space. Because AI is the booming industry, all of us, we should focus on. I researched on internet, hey, I need a holistic view on AI. How can I bring it to the forum, to my entire business? I did research, identified there was an AI conclave going on in Mumbai. And that was hosted by UBS Forum. I called up to my manager, hey, this is the AI conference going on. And I want my team to be there to understand what else we could do in the AI space, most on the legal and compliance space. My manager said, find some good speakers there. I identified, shortlisted some of the candidates and speakers. I went there with my team and did an amazing conversation with all the speakers. It was not like the folks were from Make My Trip. They were initiating, they were working on some of the agentic AI. I was really surprised the way they have created the agent for the hotels. They created the agent for the flight. They created the agent for all the support. It was not only stick to the chatbot. It was overall places. And I was super mesmerized. I communicated to them, and finally what I did is, I networked with them. I invited for a small talk in my organization. And this talk is going to happen next week after Diwali. And that sort of connections I built through this network. And I'm really super happy the way I made with all of them and sold my skills there and bringing them for the AI talks. So that's all about the new learning I had. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So in fact, we had a theme in one of the meetings as AI. Yeah, we learned a lot. Thank you. So I think we still have time. So with the attendance, I think we can open up this for more. Yeah, yes, please. Yeah.
This one. This one.
Amal, if I were invisible for a day. If I were invisible for a day, Amal.
Good afternoon, everyone. It reminds me one of the a movie Chamatkar. I'm not sure who might have watched. So there, I think the hero had that capability. No, not the hero. The ghost had the capability that can become invisible. So same capability, if I can get for at least one day, the first thing that I would like to do is to go and gather all the precious stones, whatever is available in the world, so that I do not have to work further. Yeah, jokes apart. Yeah, probably another good thing that I would like to do something that will do good for the society would be to clean up a little bit the mess that we have with the current world with respect to our the current political system, then our all the waste management things that we do everywhere. If we go for you can't go for a walk in the morning, you can see something here and there spread it all across, right? So probably I can make up a team with all the invisibles if I am given that capability also, and we can clean up all those mess up from the world, and then the next would be I don't like to become a god, but yeah, I would like to help him with whatever activities he had a plan to do in future, right? Yeah, with that I would hand over to you, and I wish that I can get that capability at least for one day.
Thank you. Thanks, Amal.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. That was a nice one, Amal. We can continue. Yeah, we have 3 more left. So actually, like what Karthik said, even I used to love crackers, and I never leave anything unburst. So can we just complete it? Yeah. We are opening this up. Even if you have a role taker or speaker, please come forward. Yeah, my mentor is coming.
You can read the topic.
Yeah. Which one you want to take?
Oh yeah, the first one. Is this the number 1?
No, this is 2.
That's number 2.
Mazahir, if I could talk to animals. If I could talk to animals, Mazahir.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everybody. We're all and a big cat in the house. If only I could talk to any or every animal, I think the life would be really good. Because I will definitely be the king of the area wherever I'm living. Now imagine if I can talk to every animal possible. First thing first, stray dogs. They will listen to me. The moment I get down from the cab, there'll be at least like some 8 to 10 or 16 stray dogs just around me, guarding me. You want to talk about going to the places where you can't enter? Imagine a force of all these cats and dogs and other animals that you can think on the street, all around me, surrounding me. On my one command, they will attack anyone. Beware of me. Now I can also turn this opportunity to heal. How would I want to? Let me have all the fun. Let me have a little bit more fun. I would never pay for any ticket, doesn't matter if I'm going in train, bus, metro, Ola, Gola, airplanes also. Because the moment any security staff will ask me a question, there'll be thousands of them standing right behind me. I'm sure you can relate this movie. I'm not getting the name, but this guy could talk to apes, right? Yes? Imagine how powerful this guy was at once. I mean, the movie showed a downfall. But let me now talk about the thing that I can actually utilize this for. I may want to go and work at a pet hospital. I may want to talk to these, there's a language that we can't understand of these animals, right? Better to hear from them as to what they went through. So this can help them get better treatment from all of us. The only thing that we ever want, and I can relate with a lot of people when they say, we would want our child to speak, but nobody tells us what to do when they start speaking. So I'm very sure this species here, they definitely want to communicate with us. But imagine the mediator between. Now, the whole thing that I want to achieve, being their leader, I think now I can achieve it by just listening and talking to them. Because I'm sure there are celebrities who will pay me thousands of dollars just to do this. I think I got my career set, isn't it? What about you, David?
Thank you.
So having grown up with pets almost in my house, right? Cats and dogs. I always thought the cat could have been a little bigger. But we can put our hand on the shoulder. And we could talk to my dogs, right? Okay. With that, I'll take 2 more. Even speakers can join. Anyone else? We can call? Yeah. Can I invite you, Libby? Thank you.
Talk about giving a grave.
Anyone else?
Digging my own grave, essentially.
So, Nibby, my favorite hobby. My favorite hobby, Nibby.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. How many of you have hobbies here? Instagram doesn't count. YouTube Shorts doesn't count. Now, how many of you have hobbies? Wonderful. I think having a hobby or cultivating a hobby is very important, especially in this day and age. Why? Any answers? Why? Any guesses?
To escape from chaos.
Escape from chaos, focus for our mental health. All of you would have heard about the concept of mindfulness or practicing mindfulness. And so this is something that I started when I was very young. Initially, I hated working in the garden, getting my hands dirty. My dad would be happy digging up a pot and like repotting plants. Even when the plant is doing perfectly fine, he'll chop some of it and replant it, repot it. And I am the one who's called to help him out. I used to absolutely hate it. Growing up, I realized the stressors of being in college, the stressors of life, of professional lives. There's a lot that is happening, and at any given moment, there's so many thoughts running around in our mind. It's so difficult to shut our brains down. It's so difficult to focus on one task at hand. People say multitasking, I'm a multitasker, like it's a great thing, but I don't think so. Even when we are having a conversation with somebody else, our mind is in at least 2 or 3 other different places. So one of the ways that I really ground myself every 4 or 5 weeks is on a Saturday early morning, I take my cup of coffee, walk out to my balcony and start digging those pots and plants. The exact thing that I hated to do. I feel like every time my hands go into the mud, there's some amount of stress that is just being released. And because I'm doing something handy, I'm also able to refocus, regroup, and at the end of it, say 2 hours, 3 hours later, I feel a lot better than when I started off earlier. So if you don't have a hobby yet, I would really urge you to start with a hobby where you physically have to do something with your hands. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you. It's nice to have hobbies and we stick to something and pick up, right? I used to keep switching hobbies. So very recently I told my wife that, what if I start singing? Right? So I think you all know what was the response? Oh no. So I think this last cracker, Karthik is very eager. He's looking at, right? Please come. Could you please come? Yeah. Karthik, a day without technology. A day without technology, Karthik.
Once again, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests.
Good morning.
Yeah, a day without technology is I would say at least a day in a year is best. Especially every year we used to go to a temple. That's my what you call native god. That temple is deep under the forest. No cell phone towers will you can get. Sometimes BSNL, even that's not. So that's a wonderful. It's like a trek. You will not have mobile. Nothing is accessible. All your family, your sometimes your grandpa, grandma, your brother, sister, everybody, uncle, everybody. You go together and spend completely a full day on that. You listen everybody. It's like an amazing thing. Talk, create more relationship. That's one of the wonderful thing I would say. That really, if you switch off your mobile phone, I think it creates a new world to all of us. And I would say I would try to love to do this, and we are trying to do that one day even now. Now we started seeing some more cell towers coming over there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Karthik. Oops. Actually, myself and my friend, we went for a trek where there was no mobile signal. The evening when we returned, so basically that was no technology for almost 12 hours. So I saw that the mobile network sends a message. People were trying to reach you. So from my family, they were trying to call at least 20, 30 times. They thought I have gone somewhere, right? So if you are without technology, probably people think that you doesn't exist, right? You don't exist. Thank you. With that, back to Tia Modi. Yeah.
A huge round of applause for our table topic master. Thank you so much for that amazing session, sir. I absolutely love that creativity around the topics which you made. And you loved it, right, guys? Yes. Awesome. Okay, so all the speakers have done with their speeches and you must be looking for the evaluations, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so for the third and the final segment of our meeting, that is the evaluation segment, I would like to call distinguished Toastmaster Saharish Jahan onto the stage as the general evaluator. Please give a huge round of applause.
Click on
Scientifically, the people who are always late are the most creative. So I think I'm the most creative in this room today because absolutely I was late. Apologies for that. Let's get started with our general evaluation segment, the part of the meeting which I witnessed because I missed the essay and presiding officer part. So let's get started. Before we overview the entire meeting, let's talk about the evaluation. A little bit about why evaluations are important in any Toastmasters meeting. You know, speaking is important, but listening is super important. And if I say that I am your evaluator, I notice everything about you. From how you speak, what your gestures are, how your eye contact is, and that feedback helps you become a better speaker each time. So let's get started. I would call upon our first evaluator for Toastmaster Ajay's speech, Toastmaster Abhineet.
That doesn't be.
You are the evaluator. Okay. Please put your hands together for distinguished Toastmaster.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Sehrish. Congratulations to our speaker, Toastmaster Ajay. This is your very first step in public speaking and you achieved that effortlessly and quite brilliantly. Now for the guests who are over here who's not a Toastmaster yet, I will be sharing my evaluation by going over what I absolutely loved about Toastmaster Ajay's speech, the areas of improvement, perhaps maybe one tip for him to challenge himself as a speaker for the next project, and I'll summarize the entire evaluation. So first of all, one of the objectives in the speech, in the project, is to try and avoid using notes. You did that successfully. You did not have any notes. You did not show any nerves over here. You were very confident. You were calm. You had eye contact with both sides of the room. You were very well prepared with your speech. I found the title of your speech very unique, Sleepful to Wakeful, because that made me very inquisitive. Okay, what's going to happen? What's the story behind this? So I think all of us can take a note from you with respect to coming up with creative or interesting titles for the speech. You had an opening body conclusion, you had a flow to your speech. The thoughts were organized in a specific way in which I felt like I was watching a time lapse from a kid growing up all the way to an adult. So that was, kudos to you, very well done. You got the audience to laugh at a few instances, and I think that's one of the biggest challenges any speaker faces. So I think humor comes to you naturally, and I think your style of speaking is humor. So I would say any projects going forward, I think try and use humor because it comes to you naturally as a speaker. Now, the areas of improvement, I noticed that you were clasping your hands like this throughout. So what happens when you place your hands, and especially when you clasp your hands, is I think you're restricting yourself as a speaker. Instead, have maybe like hold your palms like this, or maybe have open palms. This does not restrict yourself as a speaker. So try and take care of this the next time you're speaking. When we talk about opening body conclusion, there is a specific purpose that opening and conclusion of a speech holds, which is to grab the audience's attention, which is to get the audience to have a take-home message. I would have loved it if you had a more impactful opening. Example, it can be a quote that has been a part of your life that motivates you and inspires you. To summarize, I think you were well prepared here. You had your fundamentals in place. You were very confident. Try and have an impactful opening conclusion, take home messages, or get the audience to agree with you. And the opening can be maybe a quote from a book that you really love, maybe a quote, or maybe ask the audience a question. Apart from this, I do not have any other notes for you since this is the first step. I think you did this brilliantly. You utilized the opportunity. I really look forward to hearing more stories about you from you. Back to you.
Thank you so so much. Because many of the speeches were icebreakers, so I'll just rephrase the thought process behind evaluating an icebreaker speech, which is majorly to give 5 points, 4 should be motivating and 1 should be a point of recommendation. So that is the evaluation criteria, and distinguished Toastmaster Nibby is already an ace evaluator since ages. So I don't have any recommendation for you. I think 1 point which I have to give because I'm a general evaluator. So that would be maybe your evaluation can be a little more creative in terms of including, because you have to take your evaluation as your speech, right? And it can be a little more creative, just like your table topic, where you get us into that visual memory of a story, or clinging to the speaker's story and giving a reference there. So even recommendation, you can give it in a sentence where, okay, you did like this. If you did like this, it would have been far more better, so that the audience can see how it would look if your recommendation was implemented. That's my tidbit. Okay, let's move on from one to another ace. Let's call upon distinguished Toastmaster Mazahir for evaluating Toastmaster Loganathan.
Good afternoon, everybody. A very particular one to the speaker, Toastmaster Loganathan. Everybody calls him Logan, so I'll address you as Logan. Moment that transformed me. There were many moments that transformed me as a speech evaluator while listening to your speech. I absolutely love that you definitely met all the objective of your icebreaker speeches. I'm sure many of us are aware and relate to remember the time when you all were learning how to ride or drive. There was this one person who was helping you, but you knew what you go through when you're trying to move that vehicle slightly faster. The amount of nervousness that one gets, it was the same with this person. But what is commendable is that no nervousness was shown throughout your speech. I'm going to simply part my evaluation into 3 simple segments where you did really good, where I personally feel as a speaker this speech could have done better, and overall summary of the entire evaluation. I absolutely love that you had a great start. You didn't take any time, you didn't really do a greeting and all of that, none required. You had a good start to your speech. You also mentioned a really lovely quote, when the student ready, the teachers will know. I think that grabbed everybody's attention. I was like, okay, now I know what he's saying, let me listen to it. I absolutely want to congratulate you for a non-conventional icebreaker speech you delivered today. A lot of us go to YouTube and watch how to be. We talk about a childhood, we talk about a schooling, we talk about college, and then it goes on and so forth. You took a different approach to it, and I must congratulate you on that. I absolutely loved it how your story and your entire content was weaved around the relevant example that we all could relate with. Right? If an example goes irrelevant, it becomes dead to the entire audience. You kept it engaging. You definitely, as an icebreaker speech, I felt that you had a good stage presence. A lot of us keep moving here and there, and what really happens is we don't realize that while even I'm looking at people are seeing me moving, what's happening. They're really good at that. What I must tell you is that you have a loud and clear voice. It's a natural thing to you. I think use it to you use it to your best and continue using it. It's time for some tough love, if I may recommend you 1 or 2 points out of the entire speech that I've heard. First thing first, I felt the timing of the speech, where it went around 4 minutes 36, could have been a little bit more in terms of content. While your start was good, your mid was going really good, I was looking for some additional content for the conclusion. And I'll tell you what I was expecting as an evaluator considering for the speech. I felt the end could have had slightly more points to it. Maybe the challenges that you went through, because it was all the tick marks of all the good things that you kept speaking. I want to know what shaped Logan as a person, challenges, does he have still some of them, and how are you trying to overcome on that. Overall, that was one. Another thing is, you did try to play a little bit of your humor. It went somewhere and it didn't strike the other places. Try and see if the humor could be subtly used as well in the entire speech. Right? Those are 2 points. I personally, otherwise to summarize, believe that this was a really impressive icebreaker speeches. This is one of those speeches in Whitefield Toastmaster Club where we felt that will be remembered for long. And I must tell you that your speech has many takeaways. I'm taking few with me for sure, such as ask. you get only when you ask. You get your speech slot when you ask. Moment that defines you, and changes that saves you and defines you as a person, because change is the only thing consistent. With this speech and the evaluation, even if a 0.1% changes in you, I believe, and with that change, if that remains consistent, you will definitely become a great speaker. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Distinguished Toastmaster Mazahir's evaluation is a form of art, I would say. So he started with giving, I have not heard the speaker, but I'll still evaluate the evaluator. I would say that you started off in a very nice tone. Especially I loved 2 points in your evaluation, which were about your body moving even while you are speaking. For that, I would recommend, there are 3 M's which I always imply when I give any speech. Make meaningful movements. So whenever you are on the stage, you always remember MMM. Whenever you are moving, make sure you make it meaningful. So that's one note. And the other one where you spoke about the timing, and you also gave a recommendation where it could have been a little more towards the conclusion. Just one point here, while you spoke towards the end about humor. I would recommend that you state that line where the humor was missing and it did not hit. And do you have a comeback to that? Can you help him make it better? Because I assume you're the mentor for a lot of people here. So how would he make it more humorous, right? Maybe this or maybe that, you could have given a recommendation there. Apart from that, as I said, just like your evaluation on the pyramids of Giza, I really like the evaluation from you. Thank you, DTM Mazahir. Okay, let's move on. We have our third evaluator, who is Toastmaster Shanko for Toastmaster Janvi. Srinidhi. Okay, for Toastmaster Srinidhi. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Shanko.
Toastmaster Srinidhi, today you shared your secret with us through your icebreaker speech. As an evaluator, let me reciprocate that. I'm going to share you a secret of mine. I'm a foodie myself and I love biryani. A perfect, authenticate biryani is very hard to find. And today, your speech was like the exact spices of the biryani which would form a really awesome biryani. Kudos to that. Your speech titled The Wings of Change, and today you made your wings fly through your icebreaker speech. What I really like about, you started with a poem which you written it yourself. Brilliantly done. It hooked the audience. Then as you grow ahead with your speeches, you spoke about the 5 different things. And carefully, your speech, which was titled also A Journey from Number to Words, was extracted from the very things that how your number as a chartered accountant, you came up with words. Beautifully played the 5 things, and when you said 1, 2, 3, 4, and you missed out the 4, and you said that what is the 4, 1, that immediately captures the attention. And apart from that, the other parts, the humor was excellently done, because humor is something, you give a pause, then you say something which nobody expected. That's when the humor comes, and you did it marvelously well. The other spices, I would say, are the pause, the voice modulations, which you correctly come up with. And interestingly, the body language, I saw it was done so marvelously. What I really liked, you stand over here, there was very few movements as you move from one stage to another. Not much, but very subtle movement. People can see the movement, but not too much of a distraction as well. And last but not the least, the song was beautifully sung as well. Now in terms of a little extra flavor on the biryani, which I always love, when you spoke about your chartered accountant experience, there was something which you said, a whisperical word, that went down, right? So when you speak down, when you are whispering, you whisper in such a way that everybody can hear. So that should be the whispering which one should be talking about, right? So overall, a great speech. I would love to hear. Thanks for the awesome biryani from me as well. Thank you.
Speaking of biryani during lunch is not a big thing to do. But anyways, biryani is always awesome, and there's always a debate between biryani versus pulao, whatever, right? Maybe I would hear that speech as well from someone. But yes, Toastmaster Shanko, your biryani was extra flavorful. You added all the necessary spices, and overall, towards the end, there was one cardamom, which you call elaichi, in your biryani, right? Which was the conclusion towards the end. You stated so beautifully, and you compared it. There was a hyperbole of biryani. It was amazing. Towards the end, I felt you were just trying to fit in the biryani concept and concluding it. So I would recommend that you remove that elaichi from your biryani and make it flawless, right? Because who eats biryani with elaichi? So you can form a conclusion, maybe say that overall your biryani was mixed with the proper ratio of spices, rice and the juicy meat. Did you like it? Are you all feeling hungry? That was my time. So that could have been a conclusion for your evaluation. So that was my evaluation for you. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Shanko. We'll now move on to the next evaluator, Toastmaster Kavita for Toastmaster Karthik.
Public speaking says that only 7 seconds it takes for capturing or hooking the audience. So our speaker did that first 7 seconds very fabulously by asking questions, interacting with the audience by asking some questions. So I would like to divide my evaluation into 3 parts: commendations, recommendations, and the summary of commendations and recommendations of my evaluation. Commendations. What I really loved about the speaker Toastmaster Karthik is the audience interaction throughout the speech. It's not only the first time when he started the speech, he was asking, did you get anything, like in the middle and even the end also, like in 4 or 5 instances he was asking the questions and interacting continuously with the audience. So he really did a great job in the audience interaction. Second thing which I loved about the Toastmaster Karthik is humor. So I could see that he was able to demonstrate his humor with his body language. So while taking a purse from his pant, or else there are a lot of instances he just mentioned, and I could see the laugh from the audience that really comes out naturally for the speaker. That was really good. And the third commendation for the speaker is vocal variety and the body language. The speaker has used the stage completely. Even he was expressing his body language, be it walking very slowly, or there are a lot of things he just mentioned. The interactions between different characters, mom, grandma, and then his sister as well. So that was really good. And the fourth commendation is property usage. He just used the property as purse, and he was giving the first comedy humor to the audience. The recommendations which I really wanted to give the speaker to improve his speech is the first one, catchy opening and catchy closing. The reason is, even though the speaker has given the message at the end and the question asked in the front, it can be a bit catchy. For example, let me demonstrate. Even we have a cracker, probably the speaker would have used. I noticed that, I thought that was the property of the speaker, but that was the property of the table topic master. I didn't realize that. But he could have bring the property, probably some cracker, since it's a very small thing, he could have used it. Or else there is some kind of action, paralinguistic communication, that is called paralinguistic communication, wherein he could have, he used the purse. Instead of taking from his pocket, probably he could have kept it there, and he could have taken some 100 rupees note really and then shown. And then if he could have told to the audience that that is not my 100 rupees is not mine, and it was my grandpa's one to buy the crackers. So I encourage the speaker to improve the paralinguistic communication, wherein without giving much words, with the fewer words and actions, he can do that. And the second thing, characterization differentiation. Like he just mentioned a lot of things: mom, sister, grandma, everything. But in one place he was mentioning, he was using the same place for mom and the self. Instead he could have used mom, and he could have used the different stages. So overall, the audience interaction was nice, humor, and then body language with the vocal variety was very nice for the speaker. And then the accommodations, catchy opening and a bit more catchy closing was good. And then paralinguistic communication would be better to improve the speaker's presence. Thank you.
Okay, so what is the difference between a prop and a property?
Props and things.
When the wallet is empty, it's a prop, otherwise it's a property. That's what I was thinking when she was talking about property, and suddenly I started looking around that, okay, which property she is talking about. But amazing evaluation. It is something which is very technical. I felt that there were 3 to 4 points of recommendation, and we were looking for the next one, and then 2 points I would like to say, and she spoke only 2 points. So that was a very well dissected evaluation from your end, Toastmaster Kavita. Just few recommendations. The usage of jargons, like I forgot what like paralysis. I will Google about this because I also don't know. So I think the usage of jargons can not be very relatable to the guests and the new Toastmasters. They might think that, okay, what is it about, right? So that, I know it's your technical evaluation and you aced at it, but then it has to be relatable. Ultimately, the speaker has to implement, right? So that is one thing. The other thing which I also felt, Toastmaster Kavita, is that you said that his starting was amazing. When you started off your evaluation, you said he captured everybody's attention. But towards the end, you said starting and closing was not that great. So you are contradicting your own thoughts in your evaluation. That's my evaluation and it's my perspective and I can be wrong. But overall, I felt that your evaluation was so technical and was so to the point in terms of recommendation, where you have given where it was needed, and you also pointed out the props, right, the crackers which could have been uses. That was a beautiful thought process. In fact, you also said that, okay, you would have pulled out the money and shown it to people, right? You gave tips to the speaker, so the next time the speaker delivers the same speech somewhere else, he would surely implement those. They were easy to implement tips. So thank you so much for that. Can we hear it for Toastmaster Kavita? And then we have the last evaluator for Toastmaster Janvi's speech, Toastmaster Yashendu. Please put your hands together. Thank you. Wait, I'll give.
The purpose of an icebreaker project is to introduce yourself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speech. This is not just the objective of the speech, it will be the basic guideline with which I will be evaluating your speech, Toastmaster Janvi. You see, Toastmaster Janvi brilliantly structured her entire speech around 3 ambitions in her diary. The 3 ambitions introduce who she is as a person to the club. And the 3-point structure derived from the 3 ambitions tell us all about her childhood, where she liked reading books, and listed how she could have read a few thousand books over the course of her lifetime. It also introduced her college days, where she was inquisitive of learning about other people's stories. And finally, it helped us understand your motivation to joining Toastmasters, which was that you wanted to join to articulate thoughts better. That structure in my mind was brilliant. And that, my friends, is how you open a speech. A true masterclass in her icebreaker itself. Moreover, along with that opening, she was very articulate with what she wanted to convey and where she wanted to say it. When she was talking about how miscommunication is a vicious cycle, she helped us visualize the steps, helping us realize, oh, we're trapped in this cycle and there's no way out. You know, you could relate to what she wanted to say and what she was feeling during the moments of vulnerability that led her to joining Toastmasters. All in all, it was an excellent speech, but again, no speech is perfect. And for those, I have a few recommendations where your speech could become better than what it already was. You see, the timer mentioned that your timings were 3 minutes and 35 seconds, netting you in the qualification zone by 5 seconds. An icebreaker speech is typically 4 to 6 minutes. So if you think about it, you had almost 1 minute 30 seconds of grace period where you could have added more content. And it need not be new content. You could maybe add personal touch to what you already spoke about. Like you talked about Rama and Mahabharata, talk about a character you resonated with. You like wisdom, maybe you resonated with Yudhishthir. Or you talked about a conversation where you were learning about your college mate. Role play your conversation. Talk what the person taught about his story and ask what you wanted to learn about the person. These are a few recommendations, and with that, your speech can be more engaging at the end of the day. Your speech was the moment I realized I wanted to join Toastmasters, and after seeing you speak, I think that I realized that was the moment that you belong here in Toastmasters. Thank you.
That was another art of an evaluation that was amazingly done. Firstly, let me compliment you. You are an amazing listener because you heard the exact sentences which the speaker spoke about. It's a little difficult because in icebreakers, they are relating their own stories, and the evaluator making notes of the sentences speaks volumes about your effort as an evaluator. Your pitch and your throw of voice is amazing. I would say that it's outstanding, and you should practice more as an evaluator. Come back again and again, be an evaluator and practice that art. There's just one point which I would give you is that you use the word excellent. Now this is for everyone. Do not use superior, the words which do not have any other form, as in excellent, which means you are the best. There's no scope of improvement. If I say that I am excellent, I'm doing excellent, means that there's no scope to learn, there's no scope to grow, and then you give recommendation. So you are contradicting your thoughts, where you are saying you were an excellent speaker, and then you are giving, okay, there are few more points I would like to give. So I would say you should not use superlative words in your evaluation, because then it becomes a contradiction in your own evaluation. So you can avoid excellent. Instead of that, you can say that you were outstanding, or any other synonyms which you would like to use. Overall, your evaluation was very well-rounded, summarized. You heard about the time of the speaker took as well. Thank you so much. Can we hear it for Toastmasters? So now I will go ahead with my overall evaluation. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I would now like to invite the timer for letting us know how much time the evaluators took.
Thank you. First, I start with the table topic segments, and there are 8 table topic speaker. Kavita take 2 minutes at 18 seconds. Abhishek 1 minute 30 seconds. And Abhineet 2 minute 26 seconds. Amal 1 minute 30 seconds. Mazahir 2 minute 21 seconds, Nibbi 2 minutes 25 seconds, and Karthik 1 minute 30 seconds. You all qualify in these segments, so congratulations to all of you. And in the evaluation segment, 5 out of 5 evaluator, Mazahir used 3 minutes 32 seconds. Sankhya 2 minutes 45 seconds, Kavita 3 minutes 45 seconds, Nibbi 3 minutes 10 seconds, and Yashvendu 3 minutes 30 seconds. So you all are also qualified in this segments. So congratulations to all of you. All meet the time frame. Next group.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much, timer. In my 6 years of being into Toastmasters, I took the timer for the first time 2 weeks back. And I realized how tough it is. I mean, you have to listen to everyone, but you have to time as well. It's like multitasking, which I heard from one speaker. It's not good, I think, maybe. Yeah. So yeah, it's tough. And thank you so much for doing that role. Let's move on. I'll start from where I entered, and that would be fair, I think. So there are few things which I would like to highlight in the overall meeting process, right? While I was asked for being the general evaluator last week, I said that yes, I would go ahead and be one, but then there was no communication to me overall. As in, where should I park my car, for example. I entered with my car and then I had to go back, take a wrong turn, and then park. So that's just one general instruction for all the guests, because other folks who would be coming, say, from my society. If I say there's a club called Whitefield Toastmasters, they would want to know how to go, because Purva is very strict about all these rules, right? So that's one point. And overall, I think that the meeting setup, the room, the camera, oh, I'm being recorded, okay. So everything is very professional, I would say. I have seen very less community clubs managing the meeting so well. So I really want you all to please pat on your backs, the members, the ex-com, and give a thunderous round of applause for each and every person who's involved in setting up. Let's get started with what I totally loved about Whitefield Toastmasters Club. It's my first meeting here today. I think the applause you all give, I felt like a celebrity. As a guest, as a member, as a speaker, as an evaluator, even timer, everybody is motivated to come to the stage and talk. Everybody is an active listener. I don't see anyone using your phones or anybody really busy in something else. Even if I'm giving an evaluation to an evaluator, you are so keen to listen and learn. So that vibe which everyone creates around you while you are on stage, that matters a lot for a speaker. And you give that comfort as a club to the speaker to come and speak. So kudos for that applause, that warmth, that positivity, and you are what others want you to be, right? Many a times you are defined by your own company. And I think if I do good as a GE, I am defined by how great you all are at Whitefield Toastmasters. So thank you so much for that applause, that warmth, that positivity which you create. The handovers are something which I would like to talk about. For example, the mic setup and everything. I have not seen it recently in any other community club, I would say. So that I would like you all to go to other clubs and also help them, support them, and let them know that this is what we do. Why don't you try and do it, right? So that would empower the district, and I can speak about from the T-Mod, I know Speechathon, you have so many introductions to read. You have to introduce the evaluator, you have to introduce the speaker. So you miss on maybe a certain theme, right, which you can intact throughout the overall meeting. So I think Akshay, you did a fantabulous job in calling me 20 minutes early, where are you, and making sure that everybody is on time, and also handing over the mic every single time, not only when you are on the dais, but even while you're sitting there, you're making sure everything's running smooth. Kudos to you as a Toastmaster of the day. I would say that maybe you can include a theme in the sections which are from one speech. After that speech, you can include some transient say topics. Ask a question, put up a quiz. It's about Diwali or about festivals. Just ask them, did you know? Or anything which can make the audience feel that they're involved in the session. Or give them a question and ask them to come back with the answer in the next segment. So that would make it a little more interactive in terms of you being the T-Mod. I know it is a little difficult to manage everything, but it was a great job done by you. You introduced everyone with so much of positivity. You welcomed everyone. That was a great job. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akshay. Can we hear it for Toastmaster? And now I want to evaluate the table topic master. That's towards the end, I would say, the star of the show maybe, right? He came up with the theme, which was so intriguing. I mean, I've never seen that somebody brought crackers, and crackers and table topics, I'm scared of both. So even if I wanted to really come up and speak, I was thinking, should I not? I am very scared. Mark Twain says that there are only two kinds of speakers, nervous and liars. So there were so many butterflies in my stomach when he was giving table topics. I was really scared. So kudos to each table topic speaker firstly, because the topics were, according to me, a little tough, like for me, few of them. But you still made it, like pet cat. I cannot even think, it is a very difficult topic for me to think as well. So thank you so much to all the table topic speakers, and I have your evaluations noted. If you would like to connect with me after the meeting to take your evaluations, please get in touch with me. The table topic master, coming back to you, you were super creative. You were the star of the show. You ran this meeting. People laughed. You had those, questions after every topic, and you maintained the entire segment of table topics as a story. So you linked not only with the table topics but with the speeches. For example, Toastmaster Karthik gave a speech, and you were saying that, okay, I am like Toastmaster Karthik, right? I will not let that cracker just stay there. That's your way to call people on the stage, and it's not forced calling. You are, for example, Nidhi said that, okay, you can pick anyone. Okay, why don't you come? Right? I really like how your sane presence, right, on the stage makes everyone laugh, even in your smallest or tiniest of sentences. So that, please keep up with that, and I would really love to speak, hear any of your speeches as well in the future. But I really like the usage of props, the transient connects, which made the table topic seamless, and how you pulled in people, like without saying that, hey, you come and attempt the table topic. You still did that. You managed to finish all the crackers or burst the cracker. And then you also said, we have this theme and let's have a blast, right? Which was a pun on the word blast, like, okay, let's have a blast. So I think you really are the hero of this meeting for me, because as a guest, I would really love to come and touch that cracker and see if I loved crackers. But so that's I think on the table topic master. I don't have any feedback or an evaluation point, and here I can say that you were excellent. So thank you so much for your table topic session. Overall, I think the meeting, like I said, was something which I like here. I was just reading all of this, and that's me noticing everything, noticing people around. So I was reading continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection. As the general evaluator, I might not be perfect, but I was delayed. Apologies for that. But then I really want each one of you to think, go back and think about, like Janvi said, have a 5 or 3 point tracker for yourself. What you would like to learn in this meeting. Go back and just check one of those boxes, right? And come back in the next meeting. It should not be an exhaustive list. It should keep growing. And you should keep ticking after every meeting. With that, I hand it over back to the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Mazahir, Radha, Nidhi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarish, for that general evaluation. Amazing. Okay, so we are almost on time, but I would like to have your approval for 2 or 3 extra minutes. I have few extra or important announcements. Do I have the approval? Thank you. Okay, so first I would like to ask Mazahir here, is the voting link on point?
We have the name of everybody
okay.
in the attendance sheet later because there's a network issue.
We can do it later.
Individually send the voting link for everybody.
Okay, so we will do the voting of today's meeting later. We will announce the results of the winners. And back there, Samir is showing me the attendance register. So all of us have written our names in the attendance register. Everyone done? Yeah. If not, you can register is there, so it will get circulated. You can write your name. Okay, it will help us to launch the poll. Okay, so the first announcement I had, and it's a very important one. This meeting is number 96. Yes, so the 100th meeting is around the corner, and almost the date is finalized. We will be having the celebration for 100th meeting and the second charterversary of Whitefield Toastmasters on 17th of November. The venue will be told to you soon. It will be released. And about the role takers as well as the event management committee, there will be registrations. The polls will be out soon. And anyone, the members who want to take part as a role taker or in the event management committee of that particular celebration can take up the role through the registration. Copied?
Yes.
Okay. The second important announcement is the area level contest, which will be happening on 23rd of November, which is a Saturday. And I'll be there for supporting our DTM Mazahir, who will be representing the club Whitefield Toastmasters. Please give it up for... So make sure that you make yourself available for the area contest, which is on 23rd of November. Okay, which is a Saturday. Venue will be released soon. It will be told by a post. Okay. Okay. Now I have a question for every member of the club. Everyone has been assigned a mentor by now. You know that. So who all have catched up with their mentors in the last week? Okay, so yes, they are doing good. Who has not connected to their mentors yet, and vice versa, mentors can connect to their mentees. All the members have been assigned the mentors, so please connect and set a roadmap ahead, because IC is in February 25 and there is a eligibility criteria for international speech contest. We have to complete till level 2. There will be around 6 to 7 speeches. Okay, and if you are starting right now, if you will be on a bit of a speech marathon, you can complete it by February 25. Okay, cool. So that is all from my side as the presiding officer. Thank you so much, DTM Sarish, for that general evaluation and taking up the role. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kavita, for taking up the evaluation role. Please give a huge round of applause for our guest. How can I miss Sankhya? I remember. Yes, please. I remember his evaluation, the analogy of the biryani which he gave. Amazing evaluation. Thank you so much. And with that note, I would like to adjourn meeting number 96 of Whitefield Toastmasters with the stroke of gavel.